I normally tell them that historically the price of Bitcoin goes up, so you do not have to worry about the price changes. For a while it might misbehave, but for years it has really gone up. Like it's a tool for hope. Bitcoin in other times I can refer to it as a tool for hope, because with time that's a store of value. In my view, that's what I normally say to my students. So price changes should not worry anyone using Bitcoin. Africa is in its journey to adopt, like I've seen, Africa is on its journey to adopt Bitcoin. Not like before. Many people now in Africa have knowledge in Bitcoin because Bitcoin is hope. As I can say that I have seen that Bitcoin is hope. According to me, after a while of using Bitcoin, I can say that that's a tool for hope and freedom. I think in 5 to 6 years, Kenya will have adopted Bitcoin like 70% of it. That's what I approximately think, because at the rate which Bitcoin is growing in Kenya is very high. Is the way people will adopt it, especially the young people, because I like teaching the young people who haven't come across M-Pesa. I like them knowing the way we grew up knowing about M-Pesa. I like the younger generation growing up knowing about Bitcoin. That way it will stick for forever.
Hello, this is the Bitcoin Libertarian. Our guest today is Vincent Musioka. He's a high school English and literature teacher from Machakos County in Kenya. He's the founder of Machakos Academy, a grassroots initiative dedicated to Bitcoin education with the motto Educate, Empower, Evolve, emphasizing that financial freedom starts with knowledge. Through workshops, such distribution, aligning, and community outreach, Vincent is bridging Bitcoin to rural youth facing inflation and limited financial tools. Today, we will talk about how Vincent is turning classrooms into Bitcoin hubs in Kenya, teaching sovereignty one sub at a time. Vincent, welcome.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Yeah, my name is Vincent Musioka from Machakos County, Kenya.
Okay, but let's start, and thank you very much for being here. And I will ask the first question. The first question is that I do to everyone is, how were you orange pilled? How did you arrive to Bitcoin?
I arrived in Bitcoin through my elder brother. My elder brother taught me about Bitcoin, and then I started attending some Bitcoin related events, and that's how an idea came to my mind, the Machakos Bitcoin Academy. That's how it came to my mind, thought of how to teach the thing to my people in the village. And that's how I embraced Bitcoin and began using Bitcoin. It's been a year since I began doing Bitcoin.
And since a year, you start teaching in your community.
Yeah, in our local village in Machakos County, Kenya.
Awesome. So, how did you started your project, Machakos Academy?
I started Machakos Academy through onboarding local merchants to adopt Bitcoin. I usually onboard people by welcoming them with some sats. I like teaching Bitcoin in a more practical way. So I onboard local merchants like the ones selling charcoal and maize. I tell them on how to install the wallets, how to understand sats, and use self-custody. That's what I've been doing.
So
the young people, yeah.
Nice. So you go through the merchants in your village, you come up, you say, okay, I'm Vincent, I will teach you about Bitcoin.
Yeah, I tell them that instead of focusing in these money systems that are failing, like M-Pesa in our country, M-Pesa is dominating, but sometimes it fails there in the inflation. Sometimes your money is freezed by the government. Now I tell them this is the disadvantage of using M-Pesa. Instead, use Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a tool for financial freedom. There is no middleman. and it's like a store of value. That's what I encourage people to see Bitcoin as. Yeah.
And can you please explain me, because I think that I had some people from Kenya that talk about M-Pesa, but nobody explained me how it works. What is M-Pesa and how does it work?
M-Pesa is a system of money where you can send. You only need a mobile phone, and the receiver also need a mobile phone and your SIM card. In our case, we use Safaricom. It is connected. You send money. You can also save in M-Pesa, and you can also send. And there is the fee that they normally cut for sending and receiving money. And it is
So,
also,
but this is, yes.
yeah. And
Yes, tell me.
the government can also freeze your money while using M-Pesa. Let's say you receive a certain amount, like 50,000 Kenya shillings. The government must freeze your account for a while. You must explain how comes that amount entered your M-Pesa. So many questions. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that M-Pesa was something like that you can send Bitcoin. I thought that was something Bitcoin related, not this kind of fiat stuff.
It's a fiat system. It's not like Bitcoin at all, at all. It's very much different from Bitcoin.
Oh, understand. So, and with M-Pesa, you can go and you can buy whatever you want in Kenya. You can save, but it has
You,
this problem.
yeah, you can buy everything you want in Kenya using M-Pesa.
Okay, okay. And how the people in your village started using Bitcoin? What were the first questions that they start asking?
Some people are so anxious. They be wondering, what's Bitcoin? Can I earn through Bitcoin? But I tell them, no, you can earn through Bitcoin, but you must learn about it first. What I have been normalizing is sending sats. That I have seen it work for many people. Many people usually open their eyes after receiving some sats in their wallet. Through that way, I have tried to convince some people, young people have opened their eyes and that they can see that Bitcoin is freedom. But some are also trying to challenge, saying that it's not true. But I know that with time they'll come to accept. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And what do you usually go to the shops, or you host also seminars in a classroom or in your house?
For example, I'm a student. I'm a student teacher at St. Paul's University in Machakos County. I'm in my 4th year doing English and literature teacher. I'm a teacher doing English and literature. So after classes, I usually organize my classmates. After we are done with the classes, I organize my classmates, teach them about Bitcoin, and also I also go to shops merchants. I go to their place, tell them about Bitcoin and how to receive payments through Bitcoin and how they can use the QR scanners to receive payments. Some accepting that, yeah, that's what I normally do. One shop after a time, a group of young people after a time, sometimes 2 people, 1 person, that way. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. And you teach them from since how to download a wallet, how to set up a wallet, how to do self custody.
Yeah, how to set up a wallet, understand sats, what is sats, how Bitcoin works, and setting up self-custody, how to own self-custody. Yeah.
And and how many people live in your village?
Let's say like approximately 300,000 in our village. And yeah, if I'm not wrong.
I thought that was smaller because when you say the village, I thought it was a smaller town, and 300,000 is a big number.
I'm talking of the Machakos County. Machakos County, or you are talking of the village.
Yeah, where you live.
Yeah, or roughly 300, 400 people.
Okay. And how many of these people are using Bitcoin?
Let's say now like 70 to 80 have adopted. They have
So
70 to 80 have the wallets. They have the Bitcoin wallets. They can send and receive Bitcoin, and they know how to buy Bitcoin using M-Pesa.
interesting. And you can buy Bitcoin using M-Pesa.
Yeah, we can. There is an app we use. It's called Bitika.xyz. You can buy Bitcoin using M-Pesa at a certain amount. Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. So mostly like almost half of the, let's say if there is 70 people, around 40%, between 30 and 40% are using Bitcoin in your village.
Yeah, around 30, 40% are using Bitcoin, especially young people and some few adults.
And the people who start understanding Bitcoin and learning about Bitcoin, do they start also teaching to other people, teaching to the families?
There are some people I have taught about Bitcoin, and I can now see them doing some projects of their own. I can see them teaching people of their own Bitcoin, and that's how I'm happy because it's growing. It's really growing.
Excellent, excellent. And what is your connection with other regions, other village in Kenya? Are they using Bitcoin? Do you have connections with? Because I think I hosted a couple of episodes with people from Kenya that they are doing Bitcoin. I don't remember the names, but yes, do you have connections with them?
Yes, I have connected with some few Bitcoiners in Kenya. Like, for example, there is an upcoming project like for Bitcoin Makueni is really doing some amazing stuff. And I am also a student at the cohort 9 hosted by Felix Mukungu, the core Bitcoin.
Yes.
We are
Yeah, I
graduating
know
this.
him.
Yeah, he has really assisted me in knowing Bitcoin. Also, I support him.
Yes, I think I make an interview with him like around 1 year and a half or 2 years ago. But my channel was taken down. That channel, I should contact him again. I think that was one of the first African people that I interviewed in my channel, and
Yeah,
he was talking about what the core was doing and all the things.
yeah, he's been in the game for quite some years. He's doing really amazing stuff. I am a student in his course. We are graduating this December. Yeah.
Interesting. And usually when you teach to your students after class, how is a typical session? How do you start? How do you try to what do you do to catch their attention?
What I try to do to cut their attention is telling them about how Bitcoin is some really an amazing stuff. I show them how to like as I have said, I liked teaching in a more practical way. So the first thing I tell them is to install the Bitcoin wallet. In Kenya, we normally use the wallet of Satoshi or Blink. Let's say I have a group of 5 people. I'll first of all tell them download. After each one of them has Blink, I tell them now download the Tando. We use the Tando app for sending money using Bitcoin, paying via Bitcoin. Yeah, I tell them now install Tando. After they install Tando, I tell them now how to buy Bitcoin using via Bitika XYZ, each and every person. Then we sent amongst ourselves. Let's say, for example, 100 sats. I sent 100 sats to one person, the other one, Evo, go around. That's how they see how fast it is and how there is no the need for middlemen, no inflation is just really fast, and peer-to-peer challenge, like it's just for two people, no need for any other person, and that's how they love it. Yeah,
So you send 100 sats to one person, this person sends to another person, the other
yeah,
person, and do the circular.
yeah. That way they see how it works, and then I tell them how to buy more Bitcoin using M-Pesa, and then I tell them go buy Bitcoin. With time, you shall know how to earn through it.
Which are the biggest shops that are accepting Bitcoin in your community?
The biggest shops are accepting Bitcoin in our community.
Yes.
I have onboarded some. I don't really measure on these big shops, but the local ones. Some charcoal vendors are accepting Bitcoin in our villages, especially in our village. Some maize vendors, very many of them. Yeah.
Excellent. And how do you deal with, for example, what happened with the volatility? Because of course, Bitcoin is a huge hedge against inflation. It's a good store of value, but we know that in the short term, the price can fluctuate. We've been 126K per coin in October. Now it's 87K. How do you deal? Do you receive questions from the people? How do you prepare them to these fluctuations?
Yeah, they usually ask, and then what happens when the price goes down? I'll tell them. What I usually tell them is that, yeah, it can go down for some while. Be prepared for that. But Bitcoin historically has really gone up. So with time, it's going to go back to its normal price. Yeah, but I usually prepare them for the price changes. Yeah.
Yes, totally understand. Because when you explain to a person about Bitcoin, they probably think that, oh, they see the news, the price is going up, and when they face these setbacks of probably uh 30% in a couple of months, people get discouraged and they say, no, I don't want to keep this because it's I lose money, and you need to deal with that. The education is a big part of the process, right?
The education is the foundation for Bitcoin. Yeah.
Excellent. And are there any shitcoiners going around the village, and how do you deal with them?
I normally I because for a while I've used Bitcoin, and I've seen that no one can replicate the thing. It's on its own lane. No one can replicate the thing. It's on its own way. No one can do the same thing as Satoshi did. So like even after they tried damaging the name, I don't really focus on them because I know it talks for itself. After you start using Bitcoin, it's when you know how it really works and how much freedom it carries. So I don't like measuring on those shitcoiners. Yeah.
Yes, and do you receive questions from the people? Because one of the biggest question is, for example, right? Bitcoin is now 87K. I don't have 87,000 US dollars to buy one Bitcoin. Why I don't have to buy this coin with a frog that is just cents, and I become rich with this coin? How do you deal with that?
Come up again.
Because many people is gonna say, I cannot afford a whole Bitcoin. So why I don't buy this coin, whatever, Dogecoin or Ethereum, that it costs cents? And I say, okay, if I put the money here, when it reach the price of Bitcoin, I will be millionaire. How do you deal with that?
I normally tell them that historically the price of Bitcoin goes up. So you do not have to worry about the price changes. For a while it might misbehave, but for years it has really gone up. So like it's a tool for hope. Bitcoin in other times I can refer to it as a tool for hope, because with time that's a store of value, as I in my view. That's what I normally say to my students. So price changes should not worry anyone using Bitcoin. Yeah.
How many students do you have?
Like I have 33 for now, 33 students.
Nice, interesting. And all of them are learning Bitcoin, and they come with questions.
Yeah, all of them are using Bitcoin. They know how to use Bitcoin to send, pay via Bitcoin, and receive money via Bitcoin. Yeah.
What are the main economical activities in your village?
The main economic activities are like farming. Many people focus on farming. Uh, there are also the border riders. Border riding is also a major economic activity in our village. And also the mamambogas who are selling vegetables and fruits. That's also a major economic activity in our village. Yeah.
And could you onboard them on Bitcoin?
I onboard each and every merchant that I get, from mamambogas selling vegetables to border riders. Yeah. Every merchant I
What are
get.
Boda raiders?
Oh, motorists. They are the motorists.
Ah, so you move the. It's like
Boda is like a Swahili word for motor. Yeah. Motorcycle.
is that it's like a moto taxi.
Yeah, motor taxi. Yeah.
Ah, and they accept Bitcoin.
Except Bitcoin, yeah, they carry passengers and they receive payment via Bitcoin.
I'm interested on that. So you stop the driver, for example, you are on your village, you
Yeah,
stop the driver, and how does it work?
yeah. I go to their stage. There is a stage they normally wait for the passengers. I go there. I tell them I'm spreading something called Bitcoin. It's a system of money. Yeah, yeah. That's how we talk about Bitcoin. I show them how it works via the apps. I normally work using this QR code. I can't spot it for now, but I showed them how
Okay,
it.
no problem. Yes, but the thing is, for example, if I am a passenger, I go there, I go to the station, and I say I want to go to X place, and they say, okay, it's X amount of satoshis.
Yeah, it's all about Satoshi. Yeah, there is the QR code placed in the border. I want to go to a place like I'm in Machakos right now. Let's say I'm going to Nairobi. I pay via Bitcoin. I just scan the QR code in the motorcycle, and I pay, and I'm going to Nairobi.
How long is the ride from your village to Nairobi?
Let's say 2 hours using a vehicle or motorcycle. Yeah.
Ah, it's so you go the 2 hours in the motorcycle.
It's very fast.
Oh, and how much does it cost from your the trip for night from your village to Nairobi in satoshis?
Let's say 4,000 sats, which approximately to 300 to 400 Kenyan shillings. Yeah.
Excellent. And then is possible for them to, for example, buy gasoline using satoshis?
Yeah, they can, because if you send him sats or her, they have to use sats. Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing. So it's amazing how you created and what are the nice things to view in your village?
The nice
The
things.
nice activities to do. Yeah.
Mm, the nice activities in our village. I would say, I would say farming. Farming is really a major activity in our village because I myself, when I was growing up, my mother taught me how to focus on going to the farm to look for our own food. So it's like the major activity, main activity actually in our village. Each family has got their farm. They plant their own vegetables, their own food. So like we don't focus on going for the food to the shops. We plant ours. Yeah, that's what I like about our community most.
Nice. And the food that you produce in your house is for the house. You don't sell or you don't trade the food.
Yeah, there are some people who can sell. If we produce much, let's say we produce like 20 sacks of maize, we can sell like 5 of them and then we remain with 15.
And if you sell with Satoshis.
It's, yeah, each and every time.
Interesting. So interesting because, and have you heard about any other circular economies, like, for example, El Sonte in El Salvador, Berlin in El Salvador? There are many others in Africa.
Yeah, I have come across several Bitcoin projects in Africa, like Hope with Bitcoin. There are several doing some great projects, and I have tried connecting them. We follow each other on X. We engage. We spread the word together. Yeah, because that's all Bitcoin it is about.
Have you been reached by any? How do you get help for your project?
Do I?
Geyser? Or how do you get support from your project? Do you have any support from any organization or somewhere?
I do not have any support. Like I just launched my project on Geyser. Believe that some people will find it and will like it. That's how it has been there for a while, like let's say a month or so. I just received some contributions. That there is a one contributor who contributed something, and together with for a while, because I just launched it in the next 3 to 4 months. I hope I would have reached some real.
Have you been? Do you know the guys from Bitcoin for Humanity?
Yeah, what?
The guys from Bitcoin for Humanity. It's Bitcoin for Humanity.
Bitcoin is for humanity.
No, 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 no. There is a project run by a couple of guys from Argentina that is called Bitcoin for Humanity, that they help the circular economies.
I have not come across them, sir.
I will connect them with you. I will after we finish. I will send your Twitter to the guy who is in charge, and then I will put them in connect with you because they are helping to all these circular economies. They've been in the conference in Mauritius. I think that was 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago. Don't remember. And they help to organize a circular economy. And I think that they will be super amazed of the work that you're doing because, as you are telling me, usually, like, most of the people that I interview, they have a bigger organization, they are supported, but what you do is amazing. It's like by yourself, going around the village, orange peeling the people, and being able to make all the village live on a Bitcoin standard is amazing. And how is Bitcoin changing? I know you are been running this for low time, but how is Bitcoin changing your community? You see any improvements?
Yes, what I can say is that Bitcoin is really changing lives because people in our village really work hard. They really do work hard, but the struggling is in preserving value. That's where Bitcoin in our village is coming in. Inflation, middlemen, they all kept. Bitcoin is all that. through that I can see that people can now store value without losing their money in systems that often fail them, like we have talked about M-Pesa. Yeah, also the banks that can freeze each and everyone money. Yeah. So I can say that Bitcoin is changing lives in our village through financial literacy first thing. Second thing is freedom. Bitcoin has brought freedom in our village. Yeah. And that thing is that Bitcoin is a store of value for many people in our village. And I'm hoping to orange pile each and every person in our village, from the older to young people, especially the young people, because I focus the young people because they teach their parents when they go home, tell them how to invest their money in Bitcoin instead of using M-Pesa, which has no interest at all. Yeah.
And of course, I assume that this M-Pesa thing exists because the banking. I think that the people from your village would be difficult to get access to a regular bank account.
Yeah, M-Pesa helps the people from local places, because not everyone in our country can access the banks in the country. Yeah.
Yes,
M-Pesa.
yes, and I understand. And what are the biggest difficulties you faced when running this project? The skepticism of the people, any government issues?
Yeah, some people have tried to beat the idea of me spreading Bitcoin, wondering what is Bitcoin. When I'm trying to teach them, some people are accepting, some are hard to convince, but I really do try to convince the ones that I can. Yeah. And also
And talking about,
uh,
yes, yes.
the support from fans. I usually preach those Bitcoin posters that I normally work with them. Yeah, I can appreciate any support.
And talking about the government, how is the relationship? I don't know how it works in your village. If you have like a mayor or some people from the government, how do they react to the people using Bitcoin?
The people using Bitcoin, they know that Bitcoin can expose them. They know about it, but there is nothing they can do because Bitcoin is allowed in our country. There is no law that beats Bitcoin. So we use Bitcoin as much as we want. No one should sue you for using Bitcoin. But they know that Bitcoin is like Kenya is country that is very much corrupt. Our politicians are very much corrupt. I know that. I'm very sure that through Bitcoin, if our country could adopt Bitcoin as a system of money, they could fight that challenge of corruption in our country. I think that's the idea that they cannot buy because they don't like being exposed.
Yes, yes, totally agree. I think that this is the problem that we face in Africa, of course, in Latin America. I think that we suffer. I can understand because we suffer the same. We suffer the corruption of the governments, like financial systems that are not working. Access to the banking is super difficult, and many people is using Bitcoin as a tool for financial
Freedom.
freedom and and financial growth.
Yeah, that's true.
It's it's uh it's great. And do you have any success story of, let's say, someone who you orange peel in your village and it's probably now running a business, modified their reality and become a super maximalist like you?
Yes, I have like two friends of mine whom I told them about Bitcoin, and now I have seen that they have also launched their project in their, like my campus friends. I told two of them and now I have seen that they have launched their project on Geyser, teaching also Bitcoin in their villages. One is from Bungoma in a county in Western Kenya. The other one is from Makueni. I had mentioned to him earlier, Bitcoin Makueni, and we are happy because together we are growing. We taught each other about Bitcoin, and now we are growing. Yeah.
Bitcoin Mokueni, they contacted me. They sent me a message because they saw that you were gonna be with me in a stream, and they say, "Okay, can we talk with you about our projects?" And I say, "Of course, yes." And any person, any guy from Africa that is listening to this, send us a message. If you have a project, if you're running a circular economy, if you want to talk about Bitcoin, if you want to show your project to the world, just send me a message on X, and we can help. We can help, like putting you the camera and showing to the world, and probably connecting with other Bitcoiners. That's a good thing to do. And what are the future plans for Bitcoin for Machakos Academy?
Machakos Bitcoin Academy is aimed is focused at adopting, like, let's say 50 merchants each day, making sure that each and every merchant, like almost 50 a day, accepts Bitcoin. I would like also to use financial what? Mm-hmm. What? I've forgotten.
So no problem, no problem, no problem. You will remember. So you want to onboard 50 merchants per day.
Yeah, my goal is to onboard 50 merchants daily to accept Bitcoin. That's my only goal. Each day I onboard 50 merchants.
Excellent, excellent. And yes.
Yeah, including teaching students with physical learning materials like books, the merchandises. Yeah,
So and for now you receive only help from Geyser. You don't have any connection with other organizations.
I do not have any connection with anyone. Only the help that I got from Geyser some days ago. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. I will after this I will send you your ex to Gaku from Bitcoin for Humanity, and for sure they will be super happy of contacting you, because yesterday we've been talking about the circular economies and how these projects can help to make the world better, and we need more to spread the Bitcoin the Bitcoin world. And talking about the future of Bitcoin, how do you see the future of Bitcoin, and also the future of Bitcoin in Africa, especially?
I think that Africa is in its journey to adopt, like I have seen Africa is on its journey to adopt Bitcoin. Not like before. Many people now in Africa have knowledge in Bitcoin because Bitcoin is hope. As I can say that I have seen that Bitcoin is hope. According to me, after a while of using Bitcoin, I can say that that's a tool for hope and freedom. I think in 5 to 6 years, Kenya will have adopted Bitcoin like 70% of it. That's what I approximately think, because at the rate which Bitcoin is growing in Kenya is very high. And
Yes,
through
I talk.
yeah, through
Yes, I
teaching
saw. Yes.
is the way people will adopt it, especially the young people, because I like teaching the young people who haven't come across M-Pesa. I like them growing knowing the way we grew up knowing about M-Pesa. I like the younger generation growing up knowing about Bitcoin. That way it will stick for forever. Yeah.
Yes, that's a good point. That's a good point. Teach the young generation how to use Bitcoin and the benefits of using and saving in Bitcoin. And the last question is, if you had the chance to sit down with Satoshi Nakamoto, what would you ask or what would you say to him, to her, or to them?
In my books, I would say Satoshi is the greatest of all time, because in my view, I've never come across such a person. I don't know the mystery behind it. I don't know what he thought of, but it's truly a wonderful thing. That's what I can say to him. I can say that you gave us freedom for life. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point, and that's the goal. And by the way, the picture that you have behind you, that you have there, is Cristiano Ronaldo?
Yeah, that is Ronaldo.
You need to put one of Messi. No, excellent, excellent. Do you like football? Do you like football?
Yes, I'm a fan of football very much. I love football. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Well, me too. I'm from Argentina, so it's like for us, football is a religion.
Okay. You've met Messi before?
Yes. No, never met Messi. Never met Messi in person. But he's our hero. He Maradona are our heroes. And I hope this coming year, he wins the World Cup again for us. So let's see.
I don't think so, but let's hope so.
So you don't think so? Who is the favorite team to win the World Cup for you?
I think Portugal have it.
Okay,
Portugal
okay,
World Cup. Yeah.
okay. Let's talk after the World Cup to see if Portugal is the champion and to see the evolution of your project. That, to be honest, is very nice to see people like you that are living in places with a lot of needs and pick up Bitcoin and use Bitcoin to give hope to people, because, as you said, Bitcoin is hope. Thank you very much for your time. Anything else you want to add, and how people can contact you?
Yeah. First of all, I would like to thank you for the opportunity. Yeah. As I have said, my vision is to build a community in Machakos that is financially literate. Bitcoin is the tool, but education is the foundation. Adoption starts with understanding. That's what I'm aiming at. People can contact me through my X handle, which is Bitcoin Machakos. There is the YouTube channel, which is also Bitcoin Machakos, and there is the Facebook channel, Machakos Bitcoin Kenya. Yeah, and thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. Vincent, again, thank you very much. Has been a pleasure. Let's keep in touch, and I will want I'm looking forward to interview you in a couple of months to see how the evolution of the project goes. Again, thank you very much and have a good day.
Thank you. Have a nice day too.
Thank you. And thank you very much to everyone who is on the other side. If you like the episode, give us a like, subscribe to our channel, follow us in our social media, and help us in our titanic tarea of painting the world orange. Share this episode with the people you love. Share this episode with the people you hate, because we must reach 8 billion people and give them the orange pill. See you in the next episode of our podcast. Stay humble, stack sats, and remember, we are all Satoshi. And that's all for today. If you like the episode, please give us a like, subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media. Our X account is the Bitcoin _. Our YouTube channel is the Libertarian BTC. Our YouTube channel in Spanish is Libertarian BTC ESP. Our Patreon, the Bitcoin Libertarian. Our Instagram, the Bitcoin Libertarian. That's all. You can go there and follow us in all our social media.